Hey everyone, it is Chainsaw Gears 12 here once again with Review Wednesday. Since I talked about it so much and how the difference between In Waves and Shogun, I decided to do Shogun. So, and as you can tell, if you can see that, and if you can't, I'm sorry. The lighting is probably bad, so hopefully I'll enhance it with the YouTube enhancer, blah blah blah. The titles are not on the back, so in the description below, I will give it an individual rating for each song in the description, and if you want to know why I like that song or why I didn't like that song and the rating's low, comment down below and I'll tell you why. But I just want to talk about the album as a whole and give you my opinion on it, since I discussed the newer Trivium rather than their most technical album. So, one thing I want to say about this artwork, for sure, is, if you can see that, it's a unique, it's like a castle encaved in ice, I would say, if you can see that. And if you just look around all the back, and not really the side, but the back, it's kind of a Japanese type deal. And around the picture, around the border, some Japanese stuff. And I'm sorry if you can't see any of this, but if you ever go to the store and you don't have this album, pick it up and just take a look at it. It's really a unique style. And inside is the artwork is really unique, and it really fits with the album, the way that it sounds. And I can't get the thing out for some stupid reason. Oh my god, what the heck, come on. Oh, I'm ripping it. Oh god. Why did it... Okay, there you go. I ripped it. Oh my Jesus. Okay, anyways. So, it's better. See the rip? Yeah, if you don't see the rip yet, yeah, well. See? And this woman on the back. And the reason I'm showing this artwork is because if you look at the artwork, it's... If you can see that. If you can't, I'm totally wasting my time. Get there, right there. The reason why I'm showing you this artwork, if you've not seen this artwork before, is because, like I've said, the songs really fit with this artwork, and that's what's really weird. I can't give you an individual song title that would fit this, but it's quite a unique thing. So, the whole point, I guess, that they were trying to go with is a more of a mythical type feel, a Japanese-esque type deal. If I'm remembering correctly, Shogun is a Japanese word, or they changed, I don't know. But what Matt Heafy was giving a interview, and he was saying that, like before this album came out, that they really went for a mythical type thing, like creatures and stories of like old myth type stories, and they wrote about that stuff, and it was a really unique way that they went. And this album, as I've said last week, but I want to really dive deep into this part, is that this album is the most technical album Trivium has ever done. And so far, if they keep the pattern that they're going right now, they won't write an album as technical as this. I would like them to, and to hear their earlier stuff, the first 3 albums up to this one, was really a change, and more of a change to the heavier technical stuff, rather than the regular thrash riffs that you were known from Trivium, and the heaviness too, of course. What I really liked about this is that I saw these guys live, and I might have said this before in another video somewhere, but I saw them live in 2008, I believe, and I think this album was released that same year. Yeah, I believe, yes. And I saw them before the album was out, so, you know, we haven't heard anything, and I didn't know. I heard of a new song, my friend was telling me, because he always looks up, when he's going to a concert, he looks up stuff. And he looked at, hey, Trivium's playing a new song off the new record. Hopefully they'll play it at our show. And they were co-headlining with All That Remains, and by the way, All That Remains was great. But when Trivium went up there, I can't remember if they played more than one, but I know they played In Waves. Not In Waves. Whoa, what am I thinking? Down From the Sky. I'm sorry, I have not heard them play In Waves live, but I don't know why I said that. But anyway, so they played Down From the Sky, and it fits so well with the other stuff, but it was kind of different. It was more of a, like, yeah, this is going to be the single. And I can't remember if they played anything else, but, like, just hearing that from the new record that we're going to put out, it was, whoa, like, this is going to be like, this is going to be, hopefully this sounds different. And it was different, and I got the special edition, which comes with a DVD also of the making of Shogun, and you get to watch the band, how they wrote and how they write the solos and how they record the songs and how they make them better. It was really a really good documentary. You should definitely, if you buy this special edition that has the CD, DVD. And so let me dive down into the music since I've talked about the artwork and blah, 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 making. So one key thing that I really enjoy on this album was the fact that they've kept the same length, the lengthwise of their songs, the same lengthwise as like Metallica, the older Metallica stuff, but they kept long, long, long songs. And what I really enjoyed is that fact that they were they felt like they kept the same. This is the same trivium, but they were throwing in, if you're really into music and you really understand how people who play guitar works. I mean, this is not just for anybody who just like listens to music and like, oh, that sounds cool. Like, if they know the technicality of playing a riff and how differences between faster and like when you're playing frets and everything, you could tell that the band really strung themselves out to like play more technical stuffs, and that's probably why they decided to go a different route on In Waves. But in Shogun, I think they pushed themselves to the point where they were like, we gotta go, we gotta write a more technical riff. I mean, the starting song, I don't know how to pronounce it, because I don't know how to pronounce most of these songs, so that's why I'm not going to say them. But the opening track is just, it starts off with a cool intro, really unique, soft, like acoustic, I guess, it's acoustic guitars, but then it breaks down in this drum pattern, and then it blasts you with a thrash riff, and it's screaming at you. To know that, when you hear that kickoff of that very first song, and the solo is just outstanding, great work, that you know that the rest of the album is not going to disappoint you, and it doesn't disappoint. I know that some people, I've seen some reviews of people who actually put it out, when the album came out, and I know this is way late, but I don't care. That some people actually thought that this album was too technical for Trivium, and actually, there was one video that I did watch a few times to really embrace and try to, figure out what he's hearing, because he would give off some points in the songs where he thought that was too much. And I would listen to it and I would think, in my opinion, I don't feel like it's too much, but in this person's opinion, it felt too much. I would lead you to that video, but the guy doesn't make videos anymore, and he's taken down his website. He wasn't a big reviewer or anything, but I really felt like a connection with the guy, because he loved the band Trivium. He loved the stuff. When he heard Shogun, he's like, I really like this album, but some stuff I just can't, it's too much. And for my opinion on that part, I don't think this album is too much. I think it's a new route they took this time on the album to really make stuff more technical and really show their talent, and that's what they did. And to really sum it up in a whole, the drumming on this by Travis Smith is just fantastic. He doesn't sound like he's tiring out, and it really went from the first 3 records. I think he put on the first record, I'm not 100% sure, but he really took from what he played on the earlier Trivium albums, and he really took that to the next level in this album for sure. I felt like the drum patterns he was doing was more of a, like, he was adding more, he was improvising more, he was trying to make more drum fills, try to add more to the song rather than just a simple beat that follows the song. And I really felt like that was really a thing that he really did and pushed to make the songs have more of a different style and throw in different things to make the songs sound more alive and like not so taken back of like it's a simple drum beat for 7 minutes straight, or it changes up just as the tempo does. He really throws in stuff that I really did enjoy. And onto the guitar parts. The guitar work, especially for the riffs, not the solos, just talking about the riffs, is it changes from great heavy riffs to thrash, and then we get into that technical thrash, which is what they really pushed to get in this album. And that technical stuff really did a number and really showed the band at its full potential. And I don't know if they could do this again, but if they ever could get that guitar tone from Shogun again, now, don't get me wrong, N-Wave's guitar tone was great, but the Shogun, to me, that is the raw Trivium. That's just me, though. That's my opinion, but I think that guitar tone was just a great. And now onto the fact of the solos. The solos change from the technical, the technical fast part, because it's a fast riff, they play the fast, but then there's some parts where they throw in slower stuff, but especially on Shogun, the actual song Shogun, which is like 11 minutes long, there's a bluesy type solo, and there's a clean section that really, it's like in the middle of the song, it just boom, because the whole song, the first little while of it, when it starts off, is really heavy riff, like it's just heavy. And you're just like, oh, this is amazing. But then it breaks down to this really mellow section. It's kind of like Master of Puppets. Got the really fast riff, and then it goes into the middle section. It's really got some really cool effects, really mellow. That's what happened on Shogun. And I will admit, Shogun, on the song Shogun off of Shogun, is a unique song, and there's not another song on here like that. And it really stands out, and it stands out well. So back on the solo part. So yes, they show more of they do more technical solos, and that's good. And they also have slow parts, because I think if you're like Dragon Force, you don't show any different of style. You don't show, it's just one complete motion every song. So I liked how the guys, Corey and Matt, really changed that up. I really enjoyed that. And on the talk about the bass, when I play this in my car, I have a good bass speaker, so I can hear the bass when I turn up the bass boost on the thing. I can hear the bass player. I can hear Apollo. But the problem is that on the earlier records, especially on the song, if you're a Trivium fan, Becoming the Dragon, there's at the end is a bass solo. I think it's a really great tribute, in my opinion, to Cliff Burton, because it sounds like a Cliff Burton solo to me from Metallica bass solo. But on this record, there's only one spot that there's bass sections where he's actually playing a solo bit Paulo, but that I know of. But it's not standing out. It sounds like, to me it sounded like at first when I heard it that it was a guitar solo played on the lower strings. It wasn't played high up. That's what it sounded like to me. And I was really hoping on In Waves that Paulo could show some more skill, but I've heard the whole record and I can't find one spot where he's really showing off, and he's really, it's his moment. And so that's the whole thing about the thing. The bass can be heard. You just have to play it through some good bass speakers that can really pick up that low sound, because most of the riffs are in the lower standard of the guitar on the lower strings, and so it'd be harder to hear the bass because it's tuned down lower and it's playing the low strings, so it's hard to hear. But they can be heard. And on to the vocals. Matt Heafy really brought back the screaming. And there are some singing parts, and his screamings were at an all-time high at this point, I think, in my opinion. His screams were good in the earlier stuff, but I think in this, he really pushed himself, like the guitar riffs and all the solos and everything. Like all the rest of the band, they were pushing themselves, except for Paulo, because he didn't have a lot of stuff to show off on. But he pushed himself to get the screams, and he really pushed to get, the best that he can to get on the record. And this band really showed that they can write a great technical album. So that is the review, and I will give this review a 10 out of 10. I think maybe it's the first album I've done that's not Metallica that's 10 out of 10. I'm not really sure, but I will give this album 10 out of 10 because the band really showed themselves to the full potential, and they went more technical, and they showed that that they're limitless at this point. And hopefully, as I've said in the In Waves video last week, Shogun 2 hopefully will come its way at some point. So that was a review, guys. If you liked the video, like the video. Subscribe for more metal if you're not subscribed and you're just discovering this video. Also, comment down below to let me know what you think about this record. Let me know what you think about a certain song, or let me know if you any suggestions for any other albums that I should do, and also make sure that you share the video, whatever you have to do, that is the review, and I recommend buy this if you have not, or go check out some of the songs on YouTube, but don't illegally download, because that is wrong. So I will see you guys Friday on Weekly Metal Topic.